Hello and welcome everybody to the VooPlayer Q&A weekly webinar call. We're going to get started here in just a moment, but before we do, if you will be kind enough just to confirm that you can hear my voice as well as see my screen, and then we can get started. We can just type that everything is all right in the chat box. Thank you. Alrighty, we're getting a couple of confirmations that everything is all right, and then we can get started. Hello, Alan. Hello, VJ. Hello, Brad. All right, so a brief introduction. My name is Peter. I am the product manager of VooPlayer, responsible for making sure that everything works and that VooPlayer provides you with enough value for your marketing efforts. Hello, Hugh. Hello, Dean. A lot of people joining. Great. So we're holding these weekly VooPlayer Q&A weekly webinars in order to answer any questions from you guys as users, provide any additional training that's needed for any advanced or basic features for that matter. Also to gather feedback from you guys as users on any ways in which we can keep improving VooPlayer, and also to showcase new stuff that we've been working on. All right, so with that out of the way, the format of the webinar is pretty straightforward. So at any time that you have a question, just feel free to drop it in the chat box, or if you came prepared with some questions, now will be a good time to put them in the chat box so that we can start answering them in the order that they come in. Also worth mentioning is that webinar replays for this weekly Q&A sessions are available both on our YouTube channel as well as on our Facebook group. So if you at some time are not able to make it, make sure that you check over there so that you're able to see them. Also, we recently started annotating these sessions so that you're able to jump to any questions or topics that are discussed directly from the video timeline. Alrighty, so and also just worth mentioning is if you're not able to make a webinar at any time, you can also just post your question in the Facebook group and say, I would like to have that answered during the webinar, and then we'll make sure that we get that question in for the next session. Alrighty, great. So a couple of things that I wanted to discuss before getting to any questions is, so this past week has been pretty preoccupied with a huge marketing campaign that we were facilitating. So there is not any new features that we would like to discuss. We did work a lot on bug fixing to resolve some iPhone playback issues, which we were able to accomplish. A lot of fixing around the publishing of the video and the conversion of the video. So just a lot of bug fixing basically. But I do have a couple of announcements that I would like to make with regards to a couple of feedback implementations that are upcoming, I hope, by next week. The roadmap looks pretty straightforward. So we should be able to facilitate these. And they're both pretty much already developed. We're just kind of ironing out some kinks. So the first one, by popular demand, especially by webinars on the feedback on the webinars, is the ability to create a player. I don't want to say video player, but create a player using only a audio file. So pretty soon you're going to be able to upload just a simple audio file like an MP3 or a WAV file, or I don't know what other formats there are for audio files, but you're going to be able to upload an audio file, and then with that audio file, you're going to be able to utilize all of the features that are provided with VooPlayer. So VooPlayer is basically becoming not only focusing on video files, but you're also going to be able to play audio files such as podcasts or any replay sessions, interviews, comedians, radio stations, and so on. There's a lot of big different use cases which are apt to just facilitating use cases on audio files only. So we're looking to support that, and hopefully within the next week you're going to be able to create a VooPlayer with only an audio file, and we're packing that with some interesting Easter eggs, which with which you're going to be able to provide some interesting audio visualizations and customize the image which is being playing behind the video if you want an image at all. So look forward to that in the next webinar release. All right, so that's audio files as a source. Also, by popular demand, not so much by webinar feedback, but by mostly by feedback from the Facebook group and also from our support channels, is going to be an ability to add multiple accounts. So sort of like a team management team management tool within WooPlayer that's going to allow you to create multiple people and multiple accesses to your account. So if, for example, you have an assistant that you work with, or if you have a developer or somebody else who's helping you produce videos, you're going to be able to create accounts for them to access WooPlayer, and you're going to be able to kind of restrict some things which they should not have access to, such as your billing profile and information such as that. So also look forward to that. I think that's in the next release, actually. So that's going to be the ability. So if I'm Peter and I want to give John access to my account, but don't necessarily want to give him my username and password, maybe I want to give him temporary access and then later remove it or restrict his access and so on and so on. I'm now going to be able to add John as we're referring to them as a manager account and as a team account, basically. So that's also upcoming in the next release. So look forward to that as well on the next webinar's announcement. All right, it looks like we have a question from Alan. So Alan is saying, is there a demo video with all of the CTAs and interactions, like a template? Oof, there's not one with all of them, and I don't think there's one with any of them, because the templates and the interactions and the calls to actions are not necessarily something that we like to focus on as out of the box. So all of them should be sort of customizable and created by you. So with that in mind, I don't know if there is a more direct template other than just coming over here to creating any video and coming over here to marketing tools interactions, and then you can just click over here on create a new overlay. So that gives you the basic template for getting started, which you can customize and style from there onwards. So one of the things, and we haven't talked about this yet, but one of the things that's roadmapped for 2018, kind of like one of the biggest efforts which we want to undertake, is actually that the ability to provide templates for you guys as marketers to give you sort of conversion ready, cross-platform ready overlays and calls to actions out of the box. So rather than sort of as you see here, forcing you to create overlays and interactions from scratch by styling them and then customizing their colors and doing a lot of custom HTML inside of them, we're going to provide you with an ability to choose from some templates which are highly conversion optimized, such as a sticky overlay on the bottom with an image popping out of it like an ebook, and then some text, and then a pre-made button which can be linked to any products, and so on and so on. So we haven't started undertaking that effort yet, but I'm sure that as we start developing that templating approach for the overlays and interactions in general in WooPlayer, the feedback from you guys on the webinar is going to be priceless. So we're probably going to start off with something simple, just giving you maybe 1 or 2 templates which can be customized, and we'll see how we can gather feedback on ensuring that that makes it a lot easier to insert creative and powerful mechanisms for conversions that you want your viewers to take within your videos. So I don't want to start talking about the actual templates, but some of the templates are going to be based on a lot of marketing templates that are available otherwise in pop-ups across sites, in just the animations of those templates, and so on and so on. So there's going to be a lot of really cool stuff, and we're dedicating a lot of time to it in 2018. So, for example, the video funnel would be a highly useful template. Oh, you mean for all of the different modules inside of the WooPlayer? So the video funnel is kind of separated out from the module for the individual videos. So you could create a template for a video funnel pretty easy. So if I don't know if I need any of these, so let me just give me a second just to make sure that I don't need any of these. So I'm just going to come over here and delete all of my funnels. It's going to take a second. So when you don't have any funnels, this is kind of the view that you're getting. And if you have this view, and this goes for all of the different modules, for video funnels, for watch and win contests, for playlists, for A/B testing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So this is the default view that you're seeing. And one of the options here is you can load a demo video funnel, which basically creates a template for you to start with. So I can just hit create a demo funnel here, and it's going to take a second, and then it created a funnel demo. So if I open that up, then that gives me a funnel with the first question templated out. Do you like this video? Yes or no? And if you answer yes, continue playing the video. And if you answer no, go to Google. So that's kind of the first template for starting with the basics of any module inside of WooPlayer, be that video A/B testing or video funnels or watch and win contests or anything. If you don't have any of them created, over here on the right hand side you should have an option which says load a demo video funnel or load a demo playlist or an A/B test, and so on and so on. So that should give you a quick template to get started with and experiment with how that works and how that behaves. One of the things also, Alan, I just want to follow up with this is with regards to providing training materials for WooPlayer and getting people familiar with how WooPlayer works and what all the different options and features and modules inside of it there are. We are definitely looking to provide interactive actual examples of it in some sort of a documentation format or help articles where those actual features could be demonstrated live on those pages. So that's something that we're looking to do, but currently are focusing more on tweaking the actual documentation before, just so we don't have to revise a lot of stuff once we get to that part where we want to build that sort of intensive course / interactive / Udemy kind of approach to training materials. So we're kind of looking to establish everything and make it consistent before going down that route. All right, so Hugh is saying, if I create a transcript file for my videos, can I inject it as a schema on my page? Important for SEO. Yes, but you need to provide that transcript to WooPlayer. So how this would work is, so I'm going to come to any of my videos, and let me also get an example transcript. So example VTT file, which is the native file for a video on HTML5. Let me just try and find a site where, so I think this might work, maybe not. Let me just try and creating it. Hopefully I was hoping I was going to find a already completed file, but maybe we can do this. So let me just create one really quick. So Yeah, why not? I think this might work. So let me just create a quick one. So this is going to be file save as, and I'll save this to my desktop. So this is just going to be example.vtt, and we'll save it as all files. Save it. So if you come to VooPlayer and you upload that video file, sorry, if you, and this video is a bad video. That's the demo from the funnel, so that's not going to work. Let me just grab this one. I think this one should be fine. Yeah, this one's actually, this one is the webinar replay, so we're not going to do that either. Let me just do this clean upload. So this should be fine. So here's this video, and I can come over here to advanced options and come to subtitles and captions, and I can, let's say this is going to be in English. So this will set English as the language for this, and I'm going to upload that example.vtt file. So that's going to be the transcript of my video, and I'm not necessarily sure. Let me just take a look at that file to make sure that the seconds on it are going to be matching with the video, because it's a pretty short video. So example.vtt is, just 1 second. It doesn't necessarily, so from 01 to 04. All right, cool. So now I have inserted this subtitle transcript for my video. So Hugh, if I want this transcript to be included within the meta tags for my page, what I would need to do is come right above, so subtitles are here, and come 2 features up, which says social and SEO metadata. And I would select that option, and I would just turn on the option for SEO optimization. So what that does is it not only it utilizes the transcript content, but it also utilizes all of the other meta tags which you specify, such as the headline, which is mapping to the title, the text, which is mapping to the descriptions, the image, which is mapping back to the image, and the tags, which are mapping back to the keywords. So by in some contexts, it makes sense to. Some people are looking to avoid having their content be SEO promoted and are looking to explicitly hide it. So in order to kind of circumvent that, this option is turned off by default. So at any time that you're ready to get indexed, if your if your video is set up and your transcripts are all set up, you can just turn on this option for SEO optimization, and that's going to inject all of the metadata from VooPlayer video back to your pages on which VooPlayer is embedded. So again, that option is under advanced options, social and SEO metadata. And of course, worth mentioning is that you are able to customize all of these. So you don't necessarily need to have this as the headline. You can say my video page, and you can provide some description around that, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you can customize all of these different fields that are utilized for injecting the SEO meta tags within the pages on which these videos are embedded. Also worth mentioning while we're here is that all of this metadata also maps back to the social sharing. So when you are sharing this, when you come over here to the publish, if you're not embedding a video, but rather if you want to share it across different social networks or what have you, you can just grab this share link. So when you share this link, you want the end result to show perhaps the image and some custom descriptions and the custom title and so on and so on. So that's under the same feature over here under social and SEO metadata. is that share link, the headline, the text, and so on are being respected both for the social when sharing on social media. So if you shared it on Facebook, this will be the preview that you get for the Facebook shared link. And for, again, this is sort of just a simple mock-up, but all of that metadata that's entered here, as well as utilized in the subtitles or transcripts, would also be injected on all of the different pages on which the video is embedded, providing that the option which is turned off by default is turned on. So just make sure that SEO optimization is turned on. And also, if you want to find out more about how this works with regards to the specifics around the criteria for each tag, while you're here, you can just click on this info icon over here, and that's going to open up the docs providing all of the tags and all of the requirements for the image sizes and so on, all different fun stuff. So hopefully that answers that question, Hugh. All right, let's see. No other questions thus far. All right, if anybody has a question, please feel free to put it in the chat box. In the meantime, there's something that I promised that I wanted to do on the last webinar call, but I didn't get to it. But I think it's worthwhile doing it. So what I want to do is just have a brief training session with a pretty cool thing which you can do with WooPlayer, but a lot of people don't necessarily realize that you can kind of utilize WooPlayer in this way. So I wanted to kind of show you guys this as a small pro tip on how you can utilize WooPlayer. So here's what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a new video real quick, and to do that I'll just grab some YouTube link just to save some time. So I'll grab this link. So the WooPlayer Q&A weekly webinar call, how appropriate. So I'll come over here and create a new video using this link, and I'll name this video as template A. And what I basically want to do is I want to use, let me just pause this for a second because I'm getting a lot of feedback there. All right, cool. So I want to use this template, which I'm now going to set up, as something that I can replicate across a lot of different videos in the future. So I'm going to configure this to match my brand or to have a specific interaction or overlay or anything like that configured. So when I want to import a lot of videos, so let's say I have a training course with 500 different sessions in it, and I want to create one template which is going to be applied to all of those different videos, I can just do that via a couple of clicks. So let me show you how to do that. So we're just going to go ahead and create this template A video, which is just going to serve us as a template. So within this template, I can customize anything that I want. So I'll have it match my brand real quick by using one of my saved templates. Let's choose this option, this template. So this is going to be my look for the player, and perhaps I can add a custom logo. Let's do that. Why not? So I'll add a custom logo as well to this video. So this is just going to be some random image, but oh well. Let's do this image. We're just going to use this image as the logo. I'll put it up over here in the top right corner. And you can, as I said, use any features that you would use on any videos, any marketing tools, any video settings for controls, for options, for anything. So you can just configure a basic template. The use case which we had from the user requesting this was, hey, I want to create a bunch of videos with pre and post roll videos, but I want to create that always. So what we did was we created a template with pre and post roll videos and then applied it to all different videos. So here's that template, and it's pretty simple for now, but you can configure that in any way with any of the features which you want. So now we have our template saved, and that's fine. So I'll come back over here to the dashboard, and I'll have this template video. So what I can do now is I can utilize the mass import or a single import feature. So I'll just do mass import because I think it's more appropriate for this sort of a batching process. So in mass import, You can upload many files, or you can provide a lot of URLs. And then when you are uploading those files, you can select the option which is apply settings from another video. So when you're creating a lot of videos, you can just select the template which you want to utilize. So I'll just look over here for template A, and then I can provide 10 different videos. So I can do, let's take this video and this video. So I'll take this one, just pause this. So I'll add this URL, and I'll add this URL. And so I have 2 videos now, but you kind of get the point. You can import 50 of them or add them from a CSV file, it doesn't matter. And then you can just apply settings from another video and select the template which you want to utilize. So what that's going to do is, in the process of creating the different videos that you provided, again, either by links or by uploading, all of those videos are going to carry over the player settings, the individual colors and styles, the logos, all of the interaction features, overlays, opt-ins, et cetera, to all of these new videos which are being created. So that's a great way of working within WooPlayer if you have a sort of something that you replicate across a lot of videos, and you find that you have a lot of manual labor doing that on all of the different videos. You can just create one template and then mass upload a lot of different videos and apply that the settings from that template to this to all of the videos which you are creating. So I think this is very useful, and not a lot of people are familiar with this and are going through the motions repeatedly, whereas that can be avoided by utilizing this combination of mass import and apply settings from another video. If, however, you are kind of each month creating a new video, sort of as, let's say, newsletter video, and then you can utilize necessarily the mass import, that same feature is available from the single video import. So if single video creation, so if you come over here to the single video and you want to create a video, then that option is going to be over here on the right hand side. As soon as you give it a name, then it's going to say, do you want to apply settings from another video to this video? And then you can again select the template which you want to utilize, and that's going to copy over the settings from that template to the new video which is being created. So hopefully that makes a lot of sense, and hopefully that kind of illustrates some of the workflows and the management of settings and the creation of videos within WooPlayer. I also want to focus a little bit on the management of the videos on the dashboard and how you can organize things a little bit better. But unfortunately, we're running out of time, and I have another meeting that I have to get to. But hopefully this has been useful, and do give me some feedback in the future with regards to if this sort of training is useful or not, what kind of training you would like to see, what kind of problems are you facing while interacting with WooPlayer. Do you think any interactions or any processes could be optimized or made clear for either you or new users? If you found something confusing when you were starting off, but now you're kind of used to it, feel free to let us know. We're always looking for that kind of feedback so that we can keep improving. All right, with that in mind, let me just make sure that there are no other questions. All right, great. Hopefully, thank you first for joining this week, and hopefully you'll join next week when we can review some of the things that I talked about, and also continue the effort for improving WooPlayer. So thank you once more, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Bye.